Yo, what's good, y'all? In today's video, I got how to make grow a garden part 4 and stuff. Thank you for all the love and support I showed again on part 1 and part 2, as well as part 3 and stuff. So, of course, I had to hit y'all with part 4. So with part 4, I added the destruction systems, like you can destroy things with the shovel. I added the cell system, stuff. The cell system fully works, like for the NPC, all the options work. I added I fixed a bug where, like, let's say you had multiple seeds and then you had multiple seeds and you planted one, it wouldn't prop, or you planted all of them, it wouldn't delete all the seed tools and stuff. So I changed it to where you'll just have one seed tool, and then you'll just be able to plant as many seeds as you have uh with that one tool. You won't get multiple seed tools for having the same, like you won't have like let's say like you buy 3 carrot seeds, you're not gonna have 3 carrot seed tools. You're just gonna have one tool and be able to plant it 3 times and stuff. Um, I also made a display system to where you can display um to where you can I'm trying to think to where you can display the amount, like the growth progress. That's what it is. Yeah, the growth progress for your plants and stuff that I no not here. Yeah. So it'll display that to you there and everything, and yeah. So let's go ahead and let's get straight into the video. Okay. So for the first things first, I guess let's go ahead and let's cover the UI changes. So not gonna lie, I actually forgot to delete this. Actually, I forgot. I was supposed to make this. I was supposed to make this with y'all and stuff. Not gonna lie. But it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna make this visible so y'all can see. So I'm gonna show you guys pretty much what this is. So we have the plant info frame. You guys know how when you hover over like a seed growing or whatnot, you can see the progress. First of all, you can see the name of it, right? The name of the plant, as well as the progress till it's fully grown and stuff, right? That's what this is. So you're gonna click the plus icon on the core GUI, insert a frame. You're gonna want to rename said frame to plant info frame, right? And then I set the background. Here are the properties and stuff. I set the background transparency to 1 and name it to plant info frame. That's my size and positioning. But the position, and then obviously by default, make sure it's not visible by default. Then you're going to want to I inserted a UI grid layout because the UI grid layout makes it looks more organized and stuff, to where like it keeps it in the middle of the frame and stuff, so that it follows the frame. The reason for that is because we're going to reposition the frame to wherever the player's mouse is and stuff, like wherever they're hovering over, right? So this is my stuff for the UI grid layout and stuff, right? Then you're going to insert a text label, so you can just insert the UI grid layout, so UI grid layout. Then you can insert your text label into the plant info frame, so insert a text label. You're going to want to rename one to growth text label and the other to plant text label, right? Here are the properties and stuff for them. So here you go. Here are the properties for plant text label and then growth text label. So plant text label is going to have the name of the plant, where growth text label is going to have like how much it's finished growing and whatnot, right? And stuff. So those are the properties for them and stuff. These are just regular text labels, and then I just put them like right on top of each other. And then yeah, that's it for the UI. Then for the cell system, you guys know how you can go up to the cell NPC and view the worth of a plant you're holding, right? I want to go ahead and go into here and find the, I don't know why the anime script is open. Find the head, like find the head body part. Then you're going to click the plus icon. You're going to insert a billboard GUI. And then you're going to want to name this to worth GUI. This is how we're going to display the worth. So we're going to say worth GUI. Then you're going to insert a text label. You're going to want to rename this text label to worth text label. Then obviously do bold text, rich text, no text by default. Set the text color to white. Then text stroke transparency will be set to 0. Text stroke color will be black. Then scale the text. And then set background transparency to 1. Then obviously we want the GUI to be disabled by default. We do not want it to be enabled by default. And then I'm going to make it so that it's higher than the NPC's name. So I'm just going to go over here to like stud. I'm going to go over here to like stud offset, and I'm going to set Y equals like 5, so it's above the NPC. And then yeah, so there we go. There's our worth GUI we put inside of the head, which is inside of the cell NPC, inside of workspace. Okay, so now let's move on to the coding changes. Okay, So for the first things first, you're going to go down to local script. You're going to scroll down a little bit. You're going to go down here. You guys recall how we set up the first thing for the cell frame, the first function for the cell frame. We're going to set up those other button functions now. So we're going to say else if v.name is equal to cell inventory text button, right? So enter, then we'll say core event fire server in quotation marks. You're going to put cell comma quotation marks inventory, right? Then you're going to disable. You're just going to do this for each one. You're going to say core gy.cellFrame.visible is equal to false. You're going to do that each time. Then you're going to say, then you can really just copy and paste this to save yourself some time. So just select that, copy or control C, and then control V, control V. Then the second one, the second one will be cell text button, and then you're going to leave the cell name of the event. Then there's going to be single for for one single plant. Then for the last thing, you'll just do worth text button. Then it'll still be cell, but then you'll change this last thing to worth, right? Then we're done here. Then we're going to scroll all the way down. So after all this, you're going to create a variable called update function, which is equal to nil, right? My bad, equal to nil. So this is so that this is going to be the growth display system, to where you will be able to see the name of a plant as well as how much it's grown and stuff. So we will say uis.input. We're going to use this function to keep track of whether or not we need to continue updating. Pretty much like when you stop hovering over it, we're going to disable the function. That's pretty much it. Or if you start hovering over a new plant. So connect. Oh, sorry, not input again. It's uis.input changed connect function in parentheses put input comma processed. Enter. You're then going to say if input.user input type is equal to enum.user input type dot mouse movement, players moving their mouse, and not processed means they're not moving their mouse while they're typing in chat. Enter, then create a variable for our target. So target is equal to player get mouse dot target. Then create a variable for our player's mouse position. So it's player get mouse dot hit dot position, right? Or sorry, actually wrong thing. Sorry, my bad. Inputs at that position, because I forgot this is a little different. Input that position, right? But I think it's pretty much the same. But regardless, you're then gonna say core GUI dot plant info frame dot visible is equal to false by default. So keep in mind this function will be triggered whenever you move your mouse while the game is running and stuff, right? So if you move your mouse, so we're gonna assume by default that you're moving your mouse away from a plant. So like let's say you already are viewing one, we're gonna assume you already are moving it away and stuff, right? And then we're about to check. So we're going to say, first we're going to say if update function is equal to no, which is as it is now, enter, or sorry, not if it's equal to, if it's, my bad guys, it's like 12 a.m. and I'm honestly kind of tired. So if update function is not equal to no, right? So if it's not equal to no, then that means it's set to a current function. So we'll say update function disconnect, because we're starting a new function. And then you'll set update function is equal to no, right? Then after that, you're going to say if target. So if there is a target, enter. Then you'll say if string dot find target dot name, just like we did in the last part of the series, comma quotation mark space seed. Then you're gonna say enter. You're gonna put enter. Then you're gonna create a variable called seed. Seed is equal to target, right? And then you're going to say core GUI dot plant info frame dot plant text table dot text is equal to string dot split seed name, because keep in mind we just wanted to say like if it's a strawberry plant, we don't want it to say strawberry seed, we want to say just strawberry. So we'll say seed name comma quotation mark space seed, go on the outside, regular bracket 1, right? Then you'll say core GUI dot plant info frame dot growth text table dot text is equal to seed dot growth percentage. Remember that value, the number value we have inside of it. So we'll say dot value dot quotation marks. Then you'll say you put the percent symbol, right? Then you'll say space grown, right? Then we will say core GUI dot plain info frame dot position is equal to udm2 dot new, because we're going to reposition the frame to wherever the player's mouse currently is. So we'll say 0 comma input dot position dot x, right, comma 0 comma input dot position dot y, minus 36. The reason you have to do this is because for some reason it like adds 36 automatically, so you have to like take away that instead. That's what I said. That's what it said when I researched it. But anyway, yeah, when I researched it, that's what it said. But anyway, so then we're gonna say core GUI.planInfoFrame.visible is set to true. We're gonna make it so the player can see it. Then we're gonna set up the update function. So update function will then be is equal to seed.growth percentage.change. So whenever it updates, we'll give it the player live update. So function like parentheses enter, right? Then you'll just do the same thing actually. You're just gonna just the growth, this part right here. Copy, paste, boom, right? So it'll continue to update that as long as you're hovering over it. And then once you stop hovering over it, this part will go into effect. Frame will be disabled, it will no longer be visible, and it'll disable this, so it'll disable this function, or disconnect the function, I should say. So you're going to go after that, and then we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to say else if, and then this time we're just going to say else if target.name is equal to plant enter. So this is to account for like if for like the stage it's in, because like it could be in the first stages where it's just a seed, or it could be in the stages of where like the final model has come out. So like it's pretty much finished growing. So once you do that, you're just gonna copy and paste this code. Copy. It's literally the same thing. Paste. You're just gonna say here. You're gonna go here. You're gonna say target.parent, and then that's literally the only difference. Literally the only difference. We're just saving ourselves some time. So boom with that. Yeah. Then after that, then you're gonna go after all of that. We're done with that. We're done with the growth display function. Then we're going to set up the destruction system. So we're gonna create a variable for our shovel. So shovel is equal, since it's a default tool, we can just say player.backpack wait for child shovel, right? Then you're going to say shovel.activated connect function, close parentheses, enter. So whenever the player tries to destroy something, we'll get the target. So target is equal to player get mouse.target, right? Then we'll say if target, enter. Then you'll just do the same thing we just did. So if string.find target.name, comma, quotation marks, space, seed. So if it's a seed you just found, then you're going to say create a variable called seed, which is equal to target. And then you fire the remote event. So core event, fire server, in quotation marks, destroy, comma, and then you're gonna put seed part. This is very important because you need to specify whether or not it's like the seed part or it's the final product, like as in the plant stuff. Then comma, then you're gonna send over the actual instance of the seed, right? And then you're gonna say else. You're gonna say else if target that name is equal to plant, so if it's the actual plant itself, enter, so pretty much it's done. So you could just copy and paste this, just Control C, Control V. You're gonna go down here. Seed will be target dot parent, right? Then you're gonna go down here, and then this will be changed to plant. Stuff this needs to be verified on the server to make sure that when you're not trying to destroy a different player's seed or plant and stuff. So we'll be verifying that on the server. Then we're done with that function, right? That's our destruction function. Then now we're gonna do the worth stuff. So we're gonna say core event on client event connect function in parentheses put event type comma arg1 short for argument number 1 enter. Then you're gonna say if event type is equal to in quotation marks worth enter. Then create a variable for cell value, which is equal to argument 1. Then you're going to say workspace.cell. Remember our NPC head dot worth GUI dot worth text label dot text is equal to quotation marks. You can put whatever message you want, but I'm going to say this is worth money sign dot 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 arg1, right? Then you'll say workspace. Oh my bad. You'll say workspace dot cell dot head dot worth GUI dot enabled is equal to true. Then we'll wait. You can put however much time you want. I'll just do test.wait 5 seconds. Then you'll say workspace.cell.head.worth GUI.enabled is equal to false. And then boom, right? We're done with the local script. Now we can move on to our server script changes. Okay, so let's open up the server script. And then first things first, you're going to scroll down just a little bit, go down here. So you see this part, this is what I mentioned when I said the bug fix and stuff. We only want to give the player a seed tool if they don't already have one for that current seed. So you're going to find the seed tool code, you're going to cut it, copy then delete it, and then you're going to go after right here. So if we don't find a player, so if the player does not have any seeds, then we're going to paste it. We're going to give them the seed tool and stuff, because it's going to be one seed tool per seed. So like if you have like 5 strawberry seeds, you're going to have one strawberry seed tool. If you have 3 carrot seeds, you're going to have one carrot tool, right? Or one carrot seed tool, I should say, and stuff. Then you're gonna scroll down. So down here, you're gonna put an if statement actually before our other if statements. This is to confirm that you're not trying to plant. This is a bug someone pointed out to me and stuff, to make sure that you can't plant in other people's gardens. So we're gonna say if seed bed dot parent dot owner dot value is not equal to player dot name, enter return. So pretty much if it's any other username except for the player's name, then it'll return, which means it'll halt the function if it will not proceed. So then we can scroll down some more, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right here. You see else if event type plant. We're gonna add on to this, or add on to the events, I should say. We're gonna say go in between, say else if event type is equal to quotation marks, and then you're gonna set up destroy first. So destroy, enter, right? And then we're going to create first variable, so part type. This will either be the seed or the plant. So part type is equal to arg1, and then local seed is equal to arg2, right? And then let me just double check, make sure we're good. All right. Then we have our seed. Then we're going to say if part type is equal to seed part, my bad, is equal to seed part, enter. Then we'll create a variable for the garden. So garden is equal to seed dot parent dot parent dot parent, right? Just lots of parents. So 3 parents, right? Then we'll say if garden dot owner dot, it's the same thing we just did. Owner dot value is not equal to player dot name, enter, then return. Then we'll do the same thing. So else if, and then you can really just copy and paste this part, all that. Copy, Control V. Okay, let's not do that. Let's put a space, then Control V. There we go. And there's an extra if. Okay, so then this should be changed from seed part to plant. And then you go down here, and then this is going to be 4 parents. So you're just going to add on another parent. That remains the same. So once you've confirmed that that it is in fact whatever the player is trying to destroy is a seed or a plant within their own garden and stuff, then you'll say seed destroy at the end, right? Then after that, you're going to say else if event type is equal to cell. So we're going to set up the cell stuff, enter, right? So the first thing, you're going to create a variable for cell type is equal to arg1 because there's multiple cell types. So we're going to say if cell type is equal, this is the big one. So if the player's trying to sell their entire inventory, right? Enter. Then you're going to say for I comma v in pairs, you're going to say player dot plant inventory get children, close parentheses, enter. Then you're going to create a variable for the base price. The base price is going to be equivalent to how much the player paid for. Yeah, y'all can set up whatever math equations y'all want to calculate the price and the sell value and stuff. But I'm just going to do it to where it's going to be the base price will be how much the player paid for it. So we'll say base price is equal to seeds folder. So the price for it. So seeds folder regular bracket v dot name dot quotation marks. Remember, we got to put the space and then seed. Then you're going to go on the outside dot value, because remember, inside of the seeds folder, remember the values are equal to the price. Then we're going to create the sell value. Again, do whatever mathematical equations you want to do. I'm just going to say base price, divide that by 2, then multiply that, comes v dot value. V dot value, by the way, is this is the weight. This is the weight of whatever your plant is and stuff, right? So it's the weight and stuff. So like if it weighs more, it'll be worth more essentially. So then after that, you're gonna say player dot leader stats dot shekels dot value is greater than or equal to sell value. And then after that, you're going to destroy. So you're gonna destroy the value that's inside of, your inventory. So you're going to go after that end. And then now since we're selling the whole inventory, you're going to get rid of all the plant tools you have. So we're going to say for I comma v in pairs. You're just going to say player dot backpack get children enter. You'll say if v.name, of course, make sure it's not the shovel. So if v.name is not equal to the shovel and not string.find v.name comma space quotation mark space seed, because obviously we only want to destroy plants, not seeds and stuff. Enter, and then you'll say v destroy, so it'll destroy any of those tools the player has. Then you'll skip that, just skip a line, and then you'll just copy that function. Copy, go down here, paste. You're gonna go right here, just add if v is a tool, since we're gonna check, and then throw an and after it, and then this is going to be the player's character you're gonna check. So then that's the same thing. That's the same thing with that, and then we are done with the the entire inventory function. Then we'll move on. So we'll say else if cell type. We'll say else if cell type is equal to single. So this is trying to just sell one plant. Enter. Then you create a variable for the plant, which will be equal to nil by default, right? Then you'll say for I comma v in pairs, and then you'll say player dot character. You'll say get children enter, right? Because obviously they should have it currently equipped. So you'll say it's actually the same. It's actually the same thing. Actually, now that I think about it, it's actually literally this exact same code. So you could just really just copy and paste this, and then just paste this, copy that, and then just paste that right there. So yeah, so it's the same thing. It's just you just set plant equals to v, because I'm pretty sure if v is because I just want to double check, if v is a tool, it's not equal to the shovel, and it is not a seed. Yeah, plant is equal to v. Okay, so yeah, so then you'll have found your plant tool, right? Then after that, you will say if plant. So if you found it, so if plant enter, then you'll do the whole base price and sell price stuff. So we'll go back up here to this part, just copy and paste this stuff. So copy, right? Copy that, paste that right here. So it's the same thing. It's just to get the base price, you're going to need to do plant dot name. You're just going to do plant dot name seed dot value. Then down here, you're going to go and say player dot plant inventory regular brackets plant dot name. Go on the outside and say dot value, so that you can get the weight of the plant. Then what you're gonna do is after that we're gonna go here, right? And then we're still going to do the whole increase thing. Then you're gonna say player dot plant inventory, because we need to remove the specific value and stuff, right? When we were selling the entire inventory, we were just clearing the entire inventory folder of all values. So we need to do this individually. So we're going to say player.plant inventory. Then you're going to say plant.name. Go on the outside, you're going to say destroy, right? So plant inventory destroy. Then you're going to destroy the plant tool itself. So you're going to destroy the tool as well as the value. And then you're going to skip one end. And then you're going to say else if cell type is equal to worth. And then this is worth. Enter. And then good thing it's the exact same code for selling a single plant. Copy, just with a little changes, of course. Paste. Literally the only difference is that you're just not finalizing anything. That's the only difference. That remains the same. This remains the same. If plant, base price, sell price. Yep, the only thing is you're just going to change this because you're not actually selling it. So you're just going to say core event fire client singular, very important, very, very, very important, singular, player, comma, name of the event, worth, comma, then you're going to send over the sell value, okay? And then just like that, we are done. We have done everything, okay? Let's go ahead and test to make sure this works. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, check the description to find out how to gain access to that. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, we just did a lot of stuff. We made a lot of changes. We're going to test some things. Okay, first things first. If I buy multiple seeds, the way things would have worked before, it would have given me multiple tools. You'll notice how I only got one seed tool, right? I only get one seed tool. But as you can see, I have multiple carrot seeds, right? So boom, let me go plant the stuff, right? So as you can see, and you guys can see how I can watch the growth system. It has the name of the plant as well as its progress. If I move it away, and then I can plant my strawberry seed. As you can see, I can monitor them and stuff. I can switch in between them, monitor them in whatever state they're in, right? Boom, boom, still growing and stuff, right? And then as you can see, if I plant all my carrot seeds, then the tool will be removed. Now if I collect my carrot, and then I destroy the carrot, boom, you see, we can now destroy things. You can also destroy things before they fully grow, by the way. So boom, it will give you that error message. Just there's no need to worry about that. It just the while loop. It just means yeah, it's just gonna error because of the growth percentage, but it's gonna continue to work. It'll just break the loop pretty much. It'll just break the loop. I mean, maybe if it really bothers all that much, I can just make a way for it to just break the loop manually whenever you destroy it, but it don't really matter. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, right? I am going to collect carrot, strawberry. So you guys will see in my plant inventory, we have 2 carrots and strawberry. So I'm gonna walk over here to sell. First things first, let's test the carrot. Let's test the worth. How much is this worth? This is worth $75. Then after 5 seconds, it should go away. Okay. Now here's what I want to do. Let's say I want to sell. Let's say I want to sell the. Let's say I want to sell the strawberry, right? So I'm gonna say. So I'm going to say I want to sell this. Boom. I just sold the strawberry, got some money back for it, and it is gone. Then let's say I want to sell my inventory. Boom. Everything is gone, and I just got money for it. So boom. We made our destruction system with the shovel system. We fixed the bug, made finalized the selling system and stuff where you can sell individual plants, sell the entire inventory, see the worth of things, and made a progress viewing system. So yeah, so there you guys go, and yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe. You guys already know the drill. Just keep showing the series love and support, and I will continue making these videos and stuff. Because in all honesty, I really do enjoy making the how to make a grow a garden series and stuff, because it's very simple. Like, it's just very simple code. It's very chill, just like the game itself and stuff. So I'll continue the series as long as I keep showing it love and support stuff. If you find any bugs, let me know in the comments, DM me, whatever. As for what part 5, because people ask me all the time and stuff, so I guess I don't even know what I'm gonna include in part 5. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. Maybe because people keep asking about a stock system. People keep asking about that. I don't know. Maybe a stock system. Maybe a stock system. We'll have to see. But maybe something like that. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see, though. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see in the comments. But yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Thank you for watching, and yeah.